Okay, let's unpack this. We're jumping into some commercial AV infrastructure today. We're focusing on one very specific, very capable piece of kit, the Blustream MFP112. It's an 8-input multi-format presentation switch.
Right.
This is basically the central brain for, those really complex presentation rooms.
Exactly. And its core value is just immense flexibility. It's designed to take everything from, say, legacy VGA and composite signals and bring them all the way up to modern 4K compliance.
Right.
But the first thing you really need to know if you're thinking about deploying this is that the MSP112 is, well, it's listed as going EOL, end of life.
Ah!
Yeah. So while the price is currently $1,883 and there's a 10% off code, the quantities are definitely limited.
So it's powerful, but it's already on its way out. That brings up a big question for you, the professional integrator, right? Does that 5-year warranty give you enough confidence to install hardware, is already EOL?
That's the calculation, yeah. But to understand why you'd even consider it, you just have to look at the input count. I mean, it really earns that multi-format title. 11 total video inputs.
11.
4 HDMI, 4 VGA, which is huge for legacy support, plus 1 composite, 1 component, and even an HDBaseT input.
So how does it manage directing all those different inputs to the screens? That's where the output architecture must be critical.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's all about its 2 distinct modes of operation.
Okay.
So for a simple setup, you can run it in splitter mode. Both HDMI output 1 and HDBaseT output 2 show the exact same thing. Simple.
Mode?
The other mode is where it's designed to live. Matrix switcher mode. The outputs are independent.
Okay, but this is where it gets a little interesting because it's not a completely free-for-all matrix, is it? I'm seeing a limitation here. HDMI output 1 can only see the HD base input and HDMI inputs 1 through 4.
That's right.
But the HDBaseT output 2 gets everything, all 11 video inputs. Why do that? Is that like a chipset limitation?
It's almost certainly a design constraint. Probably to balance the cost of the HDMI chip with the need to prioritize the most versatile output path. They've clearly designed HDBaseT output 2 to be the main universal feed for your primary display.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about video scaling, because for anyone trying to manage different screen types, that's absolutely essential.
Oh, for sure. And this switch handles both upscaling, taking an old VGA signal up to 1080p, and downscaling.
And that downscaling is key, right? If you've got a 4K laptop but you're projecting onto an older 1080p screen.
Exactly. It prevents all that flickering and handshake issues.
Yeah.
And that scaling often happens right before the signal goes out over HDBaseT.
Which is the long distance part of this.
Right. The HDBaseT output can push 1080p signals up to 100 meters, or even 4K up to 70 meters. And what's really cool is that single cable also carries bi-directional IR, RS-232, and LAN. It just cleans up the cable mess so much.
Okay, so let's shift to audio, because managing audio breakout from HDMI signals used to be a total nightmare.
It really was. This box handles it beautifully. It does audio embedding and de-embedding. It specifically has an HDMI audio breakout that spits out analog LR audio and coaxial digital outputs.
At the same time.
Concurrently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you get granular volume control right on the switch for all of them.
And I assume you can control all of this from, pretty much anywhere.
Absolutely. Front panel, IR, RS-232, and full TCP/IP network control. They even have third-party drivers for the big home control brands. Oh, and one last detail, given its age. It's HDCP 1.4 compliant.
So not 2.2.
Not 2.2. So it handles older copy-protected stuff fine, but it won't negotiate with newer devices that demand that higher security level for 4K.
So what's the bottom line for you, the listener? The MFP112 is a powerful, comprehensive bridge. It connects pretty much any video format you can throw at it, manages the scaling, and distributes it over long distances with HD base solution.
Right. And that really brings up a bigger question for you to think about. Given that this switch, which relies so heavily on HDBaseT, is now going end of life, what physical standard do you think will become the dominant long-haul solution for this kind of AV distribution in the next generation? Is HDBaseT going to stick around, or is IP-based distribution finally ready to just take over completely?